Recyclo pencil case. We have an instruction sheet which will be included in the kit, and this is what the pencil case looks like in its finished form. It can hold pens, pencils, small rulers, glue sticks. It can even hold your phone. Okay, so we start with a repurposed sheet of vinyl. Now this is the kind of vinyl that hangs off street banners. You may have seen them downtown. I think this one came from Special Olympics. You can see the word special here. I'm not sure where this one came from. This is yellow with some black lettering on it. So you'll have a piece of vinyl, and in the kit will be provided a pattern. So this pattern is essentially the pencil case opened up before it's folded together, and it's got some holes indicated, 4 on each side. So you want to align the pattern on the vinyl, and if your vinyl is different colors, you can decide which you want to be part of your case. I could do it just here in the middle. I'm thinking I might rotate it like this and try to get as much of the T and as much as the 1/6 in as I can, but I've got to make sure that my pattern fits on my vinyl. So that looks pretty good. I will need a pen or a marker to trace the pattern around. Ink pens can work. Pencil is usually too light. Sharpie marker can work. You want something just kind of with a thin line, not too thick of a line, just to make it simple for when you're cutting it. And don't forget, while you're holding it with one hand and tracing around, to mark your holes. So you can just draw inside the circle with your pen, or you could just make a dot in the center, whatever you prefer. Then once you're done, you're going to need a pair of scissors, and you're going to cut your pattern out of your vinyl. When you're cutting, it's always great to start where your pattern is closest to the edge. Just makes it like an easy entry point. And you're going to cut on the line. If you traced with a Sharpie marker and have a thick black line, you might want to cut on the inside of that line so that you don't see the black line. But if you see it, that's okay. That can be part of the design as well. And you'll notice that as I'm cutting, I'm rotating my vinyl so that my scissors are always going like forward. I'm always leading. I'm not trying to come back and hold my hand backwards. I'm always leading with the scissors in the direction of the line that I'm cutting on. So I will rotate the vinyl each time, and if I get kind of a lot of excess, sometimes I just cut that excess off and set it aside and start fresh with a new cut, because sometimes that trailing excess can get in the way. So this pattern is symmetrical, which means that one side is the same as the other side. So when I finish cutting this, I'll just show you what I mean. I can fold it in half, and it's pretty much like a mirror image, symmetrical. So just about done here with the cutting, making sure that corner is rounded. And then here's what I mean. It folds in half, and it pretty much should line up. My corners might be off a little. I could always trim those if I wanted, but they'll be close enough to have full closure. Then the other instrument we're gonna need is a hole punch. And what you want to do is make sure that your hole punches a hole that's not so big that the little metal brads, that's what these little metal brads are, and they secure our pencil case together. You want to make sure that the metal brads don't go through the hole. So I'm pretty sure this will work. I line up the punch on the hole. It takes a little bit of strength, hand strength, to make the hole, and sometimes it punches but leaves this little bit in the back because the vinyl is thicker than paper. When you punch the paper, it usually cuts it all the way around. So then I just use my scissors, or sometimes you can even just pull those off to cut that little hanging bit. It's like hanging by a thread. I'm gonna punch these next two a little stronger and see if I can't get it without, nope, that's still a little bit of a hanging. It could be that my hole punch isn't as sharp as it needs to be also. It's gotten a lot of usage over the years. But it is, part of it is the fact that the vinyl is thicker. And the vinyl itself is made up by woven parts, you know, woven threads and plastic. So that too is kind of what ends up hanging, is that it hangs on by a thread. You've probably heard that expression before. So just clipping these guys. This last one, the hole was on the black. I did make a circle, so you probably can't see it on the video, but I can see it. So I just got to make sure I get it properly lined up. And last one. And then I will just trim this. And trim that. All right, so my vinyl is the same front and back, but if for some reason you had a different design on one side than the other, you'd kind of want to decide what you want on the inside or the outside. For example, this had the red on one side and the green on the other. I think this was grass. There was somebody playing soccer, you know, on this banner. So I put the green on the outside with the red and the words on the inside. So you'll make that decision, and then where the holes are on this is considered the bottom flap, and these are considered the side wings. So you want to fold the bottom flap up and the side wings in to the point that you get your holes to line up. And you kind of just put a crease there. Do the same on the other side and get a crease. And then you're going to use these brads. Included in your kit should be enough for 4 for each student, or 4 for each case. And you line up the holes, you put the brad through the hole, and then using your fingers, you're spreading out what I call little wings. So I'm going to open this one, and I'll hold it up so you can see inside. Spreading out the little wings of the brad. So if this is the brad, it has 2 little wings and you're spreading it out. You may have used these on like report covers or other school projects. They come in all different shapes and sizes. You can buy them at office supply stores if you need them. So I'm putting the last one in. And there you go. We have now made almost like an envelope, right? It's kind of the shape of an envelope. We have the bottom, the flaps, 2 wings, if you will, and then this is our top that closes down to create the closure. And in order to make it secure, we're going to use Velcro. Inside the kit would be 2 pieces of Velcro. One is kind of fuzzy and one has sort of like a rough, toothy texture. And what happens is when they go together, they stick and they make it possible to open and close and reseal things. So we are going to put the 2 pieces together and peel the back off one of them. And it's going to be super, super sticky. We're going to put that right there on that top tab. Okay, press it real good. Then we're going to fold it down and just take a look. Does it look like it's at a good spot for closing? You know, I'm not closing it too short like this and the Velcro's not going to reach, and I'm not getting any gaps in my pencil case. So then we can open it and peel the back off this side. Sometimes you have to get your nail in there to help it down, and then close it. Press it real good. Now your pencil case is complete. And when you go to open it, you're just going to peel it apart. And then, like I said, you can store things inside this case. Pens, pencils, who knows, sunglasses, pair of scissors, glue stick, art supplies, you name it. But we've recycled and saved this vinyl banner from the landfill and created a Recyclo pencil case for you. Good luck. I hope it turns out. Send us some pictures if you can. Thanks.